Yep, got off early tonight. I was supposed to get off at 10, but what's for dinner? Pork steaks. Pork steaks is for dinner. Had a little bit of pizza at work, but it was like fried beyond belief. So. Mm. Yeah, the TV, everything Trimmers related, I like except for part four. I thought part four was a waste of my goddamn time. Who's the babe at work? Oh man, they brought in some chick from like another store to work with us, because all these people quit and shit. Man, she was acting, man, it was like the hottest bitch they brought in and shit, man. Like fucking in it of all nights, or I'm just like, yeah, shit. I ain't going home early tonight. And then that's the night where they're just like, oh, you can go home at 8. I was like, no, 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 I'm good. I'll stay till 10. Don't worry about it. No, Will, you can go home at 8. I was like, no, I'll stay till 10. No, no, you're good. You can go home at 8. Why are you doing this to me? I'm like, she might need a back rub or a shoulder massage or something. And, I might need to wash her car with a toothbrush or something. Like, I even straight up asked her. I straight up fucking asked her, you know, because I wasn't going to tell her that the boss was making me go home at 8. But I was like, fuck, if I don't go home at 8, fuck, I might get in trouble. So I went back there and I was like, all right, I should tell you the truth. Like, fucking, boss said I need to go home at 8. So like, do I need to go home? And she was just like, yeah, you can go ahead and go home. I'm like, are you sure? You don't need a back rub or anything? She just started laughing. She was just like, no, you're good. You can go home. But then they both needed to go. Her and the other girl that was there, they needed to go out and have cigarettes. I was just like, man, hurry up! Now I feel like y'all are taking advantage of me and shit. You know. So they go have their cigarettes and come back, and they come back in again. I'm just like, sure, you don't need anything. You don't need me to go wash your car with a toothbrush. Anything? You good? He was like, no, you're fine. Have a good night. Thank you. I was like, yeah. No, I didn't really get a chance to chat with her and shit. If I would have stayed till 10, because after 9 o'clock is when that fucking place dies, then I would have had a shot. Yeah. But she's going to be there tomorrow night. So round two, she will be mine. Oh, yes. She will be. Oh, man. They finally brought my Diet Ginger Ale Lemonade back. What for what I did, I should be dead. Why you want to know? First thing she says to you, do you like Lacey Evans? Oh shit. I'd shit my pants. So you're gonna fucking tell us what you did, or hmm, I should know that. I just find it so weird that of all the shit Jeffrey Dahmer did, the way he died in prison, like fuck. My roommate is doing a paper on him. Well, I don't know if this factoid will help in your roommate's paper, but here's a fun factoid that I found astonishing about Jeffrey Dahmer. His neighbor was a black woman, just a little old black woman and shit, and they would hang out and shit when they get off of work and everything. They would just hang out, nothing normal, and he would bring over beers and sandwiches and shit like that, and they would just sit and talk and bullshit, anything like that. So when all this shit came to light about what Jeffrey Dahmer did and everything, she was just like, "What the fuck?" Because then it dawned on her, like all the times he came over, brought beers and bullshit and everything, he always brought food. So now she's sitting there like, "Did I fucking eat people?" Like it always like she didn't know whether or not he brought actual food or did she bring fucking people or not. There's a great documentary called is it the Jeffrey Dahmer Files or the Jeffrey Dahmer Experience or the Dahmer Experience? It's either Dahmer Files or Dahmer Experience, one of those two, where that story's in there, and it's fucking fascinating. It's a fascinating documentary. It's fucking awesome. One moment. Watch the documentary. So let me see. Let me find that one. I know it used to be on Hulu, but I don't know where. Let me see if I can find it now. I know it's the Dahmer. I think it's the Dahmer Files. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the Dahmer Files. Yeah, that's what it is. The Jeffrey Dahmer Files. Yep, yep. This is it right here. Yep, that's the one. The Jeffrey Dahmer Files. Yep. Yeah, this one right here. If you watch that one, then that's the one. That story I just told you. I just always found that fascinating because she was talking about him like he was a buddy and shit. Like, oh yeah, Jeff used to come over and shit. And I'm just like, damn, I've never heard him referred to as Jeff. Whenever you hear about him, it's always Dahmer, Jeffrey Dahmer, shit like that. I've never heard him referred to as Jeff. You know what I mean? Finally was able to catch alive again. I was making supper and I was listening. And they said he drilled a hole. Yep, drilled a hole in something and poured hot water in. Yeah, he did that. Finally was able to catch it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I went live Wednesday as like like oh shit, I'll go live. Before I start this hellacious work week. No one showed up. Then I got off a little earlier than expected on Thursday, and Dahmer zombies or something. That was his intention. That was his intention to make like brainwashed zombies. That was his intention, Pimp, to make like brainwashed zombies and shit. And there's more people watching than the other night. So again, if anybody has a WWE Network account and doesn't mind me mooching off of it, please let a brother know. That would be fantastic. Jeff Dahmer is a personal hero of mine. All others can eat their heart. All right, I'm gonna head out. I can't say anything because like when that meme was going around, the like um felt cute might delete later meme was going around when they were just inserting different shit earlier. I posted one of Jeffrey Dahmer that said felt cute, might have you for dinner later. I don't know. That was mine, I posted. Picture of Jeffrey Dahmer. I was like, felt cute. Might have you for dinner later. I don't know. Because you know them fucking them girls who like always like fucking looking hot and shit. They always post when they think they look ugly. It's like felt cute. Might delete later. No one damn well ain't gonna delete shit later. So like for a while, people were like changing it with other shit. You know, like I think they. Oh, fuck, I don't even remember this one, but I know that was mine. I took a picture of Jeffrey Dahmer and I wrote felt cute. Might have you for dinner later. I don't know. Do you take pics, then delete them later? I wouldn't say I delete them later. Do they sit in my phone for like eons? Probably. Again, 7 people watching. If anybody has a WWE Network account that doesn't mind me mooching off of it, please let me know. Because my hookup of the last 6 years cut me off, and now Daddy needs his fix. Jeffrey Dahmer, the most popular story. I wouldn't say he's the most popular, but he's up there. I mean, you gotta say. I mean, he's definitely up there. I mean, Bundy's up. Ted Bundy's up there. Dahmer, John Wayne Gacy, Eileen Warnos. Those are definitely up there. People would say Charles Manson, but I don't really count Charles Manson because he technically didn't really kill anybody. He has the most impressive body of. Please leave. Zodiac Killer probably be up there. The BTK Killer be another one that's up there probably. Because her class is 80 people and 75% of are doing the paper on. Yeah, Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. Yeah, that's probably one. And even though he's not talked about as much, but I'd say he's probably the most infamous because of this. But the dating game killer is probably up there. You don't hear about him that much, but he's up there just because he was on the dating game. Didn't Dahmer only kill one type of people? Yeah, he had a certain type. Um, yeah, he had a certain type. It wasn't strictly one type. Like I only want this one type of person, but he did have like a certain type. But he'd go for other people too. He was particular. He was a weird dude. He was an interesting fella, so to speak. Would be the best way to put it. Like, here, let me get my. Hold on, let's see. Uh, yeah, the BTK killer was up there. Ed Gein. Ed Gein's one. Dean would be probably up there. Uh, Jerry Bruto. I don't think a lot of people know about Jerry Bruto. So Eileen Mornos. Oh, David Berkowitz, son of Sam. That's probably a popular one. Graham Young. He was a weird fellow. Mm, okay, here's Jeffrey Dahmer right here. No, BTK. Ed Kemper. Again, I wouldn't say he's in the top 10, but he's probably like in the top 20. And of course, Jack the Ripper. Uh, oh, Lizzie Borden. Lizzie Borden, of course. Mr. Ramirez. Uh, I am the most successful serial killer, but people haven't caught on because I infected him with COVID, then strangled him. Everyone who has read that sentence is now dumber. Nowhere in that sentence does anything ever resemble a coherent thought. I award you now no points. May God have mercy on your soul. Would you kick it with Dahmer? No. You gonna Jack? How's Jack? Oh, she's doing good. She's going to a party tonight. So my roommate and I were talking and wondering if there's serial killers like Dahmer killing right now. More than likely, yeah. Man, B2K. Who remembers B2K? Baby, turn around. Let me see that sexy body go bum bum bum. That was a hit to get. Freak nasty, dude. I'm sorry, no other song beats. I'm sorry. The first time I got it on was bam 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 bam. Can't beat that. The only song that beats that is ba 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 ba. That's the only song that beats that. I still remember the whiskers of her beard. I'm sorry. What are we talking about? Ironically, she did. First time I made love, it was to the music of a police siren. Why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me? Oh yeah. Okay. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. One of the best songs of the 90s. I don't know. I mean, it's a great song. What is love? But like considering all the rest of the songs in the 90s, probably like, I don't know, 20 years ago, I probably would have said, yeah, that's one of the best songs in the 90s. But now, there's a lot of better songs. Baby, don't hurt me no more. Like yesterday at work, I was listening to the best of Sugar Ray. I was getting down to the best of Sugar Ray. I used to be really worn out on the song Every Morning by Sugar Ray, but I heard it the other day and I was like, damn, this is actually still fucking boss right here. She always rights the wrongs for me. And every morning there's a halo. Oh man, I was like, damn, this is fucking boss ass song right here. One day, no, it's someday. Someday, when my life has passed me by, lay around and wonder why you were always there for me. That's like one of my favorite songs by them. Someday falls apart. Um, is she really going out with him? Those are like my three favorite songs by them. There's a halo hanging on the corner of my girlfriend's four-post bed. I know it's not mine, but I see if I can use it for the weekend or a one night stand. Couldn't understand. Yeah, I put on the best of Sugar Ray at work the other night while I was in the back doing dough. And that beer near 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 near. Like I said, for a while, I was really worn out on that song. I used to think I was just like fucking over that song every morning, but then I heard it the other day. I was like, wow, okay, I'm not as over this song as I thought. Oh, this song is fucking dope, man. Like shit. She always writes the wrongs for me, baby. Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah, I was having a good time listening to it. Like I said, like someday falls apart and like is she really going out with him are like three of my favorite songs by Sugar Ray. And then when I was like going to look up the best of, like I was like, let me get the best of album and listen to that. It turns out they had a new album last year. I was like, really? Sometimes, sometimes all you need is a break, then bring the song. Yeah, like there. I mean, some songs were like that, man. Like some songs got like extremely fucking overplayed back then, but then like after like a couple years have gone by, and then I listen to it again, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, now I get it. You know, can't think of any off the top of my head, but I think let's see. Can't think of any off the top of my head, but like there have been some where like back then I'm just like, God damn, I'm tired of hearing this fuck song. But then Drive by Incubus. That's one. That's one I got fucking so tired of hearing that fuck song. Whatever tomorrow bring, I'll be there. I got so fucking tired of hearing that goddamn song. Everybody fucking loved it. I was just like, I am so fucking over this song. But then, like, after a couple years went by, you know, I think one day it was on, and I was just like, oh, okay, all right, I get it now. You know, I got the Shawn Michaels theme on my alarm clock. Never gets old. Good way to start the day. Yeah, and look, see, and I have songs like that too. There's some songs that like I can fucking listen to on a loop. Like, you know, there's some songs that people are just like, oh fuck, man, I can listen to this song all day, every day. And I'll never get. I have songs like that too. You could put, you know, you could put songs on a fucking 24-hour loop, and I'll never flinch. You know, like "Personal" by Emotional Oranges. Again, if somebody locked me in a room for eternity and just said, "This is the only song you get to listen to," I'd be like, "All right, yes." I guess if this is the way life has to be now, then I guess, you know, this is a good choice. Like the only song in the world now is "Personal" by Emotional Oranges. What happened to the rest of them? I don't know, but this is the only one left. Oranges are emotional, man. I'm telling you, this fucking album right here, man. The Juice, Volume 1. There's only one song in here I don't care about. It's called Motion. But all the rest, especially Personal, fucking Built This Way. This is the fuck. Oh, this is the shit. The Jews, but no, the Juice. Fucking hard. Lenny Kravitz, Fly. Really? That got old for you? Oh man, fucking Fly is. I want to get away. I want to fly. Hook up that vinyl for the new girl. I don't even know if she likes it. Um, if you only had one food to eat forever, what would it be? Like I said before, if for some reason you threw me on a deserted island with like a lifetime supply of peanut butter and jelly, and you came back and just replenished my bread supply every now and then so the bread wouldn't get old, I think I'd be okay with that. Yeah, no. They brought in some like fucking. They actually brought in some hot smoking ass girl from another store to work. You know, because we had all these people quit and shit. So I was supposed to work till 10 tonight, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm working till. And normally I'm like, oh fuck, if I go home early, I go home early. But tonight I'm like, I ain't fucking going home early. Fuck this noise. I'm gonna stare. I'm gonna stay and look at that all fucking night. Because plus, yeah, oh god, her hair was just like, oh my god. So I was like, I just want to stay and look at her all fucking night until 10 o'clock. So then when they send me home, does she have a boyfriend? I don't know. um, so like, so my boss was just like, all right, well, instead of 10, we'll send you home at 8. I was like, no, that's cool. I can stay till 10. So like, no, 8 o'clock's good. I was like, no, we can. I can stay till 10. Straight. But she has hair like that. She has hair like that. That TikTok girl I like, the Emma Lang, however you say her name. Hold on. I find a good picture of it. Ah, perfect. She has hair just like this. Where it's like half blonde, half black. And it's just like, yes, her. Oh my god. She has hair just like that. And I'm just like, oh my god. Just because like I've said before, hi, when did you start the live show? About 30 minutes ago. Exactly. Because like I've said before, there's three things you gotta have, man. You gotta be shorter than me, which she checks that box. You gotta have great hair, which checks that box, and you gotta be younger than me. And to be clear, not that fucking young. Let's be clear here. All right. Um So I'm pretty sure she checks that box. So she checks all my boxes. How tall are you? 6'1". And you can't teach that. Sorry. So again, yeah, there's 9 people in here. If anybody has a WWE Network account and doesn't mind me mooching off of it, please let a brother know before tomorrow. I would really like to watch Hell in a Cell without bootlegging it. I know that's still bootlegging it if I mooch your account, but you know what I mean. So if anybody has one and would like to share, email the PayPal address down below, and we'll talk. What happened to your account? Well, I technically didn't have an account. A buddy of mine let me use his. Ever since the breakup with the baby mama, I was kind of going through some shit. So, like, to keep my mind occupied, I was like, man, I need to do something to keep my mind occupied. So, like, I was like, man, maybe if I get, somebody lets me use a WWE Network account. So I asked my buddy Aaron, and Aaron's just like, I'd let you use it, but my brother's credit card's on there, and I don't think he would let me do that. And I was like, that's cool. I asked Diana Beth if I could use hers, and she didn't say no, but she just kept beating around the bush. I was like, hey, can I use your WWE Network? And she was just like, sorry, you're going through this. I was like, yeah, that sucks. Hey, can I use your WWE Network? Man, that sucks, man. I was just like, all right, I see where this is going. So then finally I asked my buddy Bo, I was like, hey man, I'm kind of going through some shit right now. Can I possibly like mooch off your WWE account? And he was like, yeah, man, shit. Here's the password. Here's the email, man. Fuck, you'll probably get more use out of it than I will, man. Fucking sorry, shit sucks. I was like, oh, dude, thank you so much. So, um, so only it used to be 2 people could watch live, like live events and shit. Then they changed it to 1. So I always had to wait for Bo to get done watching WWE, like the live shows before I could watch and shit. It's his account, so obviously I'm not gonna fucking, hey, I want to watch live, fucker. So recently, actually like 2 days ago, I wanted to watch a certain match. So I was just like, oh fuck, I'm gonna watch that match. And it said logged out, which happens sometimes. That happens. So I go get the email and password, put it in. It says invalid. I was like, So I was like, hey man, did you cancel it? And he was like, no, I was on Roku and for some reason it froze. So when I went to go look into it, it fucking it said change your password. And I was just like, oh damn, that sucks, man. He was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, that sucks. And he was like, yeah. So finally I was like, so can a brother get the new password or am I SOL? And he just writes back, he's like, sorry, man. I was like, oh no, man. I really can't complain because he gave me a fucking 6-year free ride here. So I really can't complain, you know. And I could get it myself, but then I have to cancel my Apple Music. I really don't want to cancel my Apple Music. I like yeah, he was a good guy. I mean, he's a good guy. I mean, he gave me a 6-year free ride. I can't complain, you know. Yeah, yeah, he let me use the 6 years, and there's even been a couple times. I think like one time he wrote me on WrestleMania Sunday, and he was like, "Hey man, just so you know, if you want to watch WrestleMania live, you're good to go, man. I'm going to be watching at a buddy's house this year." And I was like, "Yes, fucking A, man." You know. So I really can't be mad at him, and I wasn't. I was just like, once he was just like, "Sorry, man." I was like, "No, no." And I've been trying to find another hookup before the pay per view tomorrow. And then like I asked one of my friends because he watches wrestling, and he should have you a reason why he didn't want to share it anymore instead of changing it. Well, he said there was a problem with it. He said like it froze on his Roku, and then he went to go look into it, like Google passwords or something. Was just like you should really change this password because he's had the same password for 6 years. So he changed it, and then when I was like, "So can I brother get the new one?" And he was just like, "Sorry, man." I was just like, "No, no, no, daddy, no." So I mean, it's his account. What the fuck am I gonna do? He's the one paying the $9.99 a month for 6 years. I mean, like, what the fuck? Security breach, maybe. Yeah, I thought about offering a trade. I'm like, dude, I'll give you like the HBO Max account if you my HBO Max account if you want to trade. Ooh, speaking of which, I got ESPN Plus now, man. Fuck, I want to get on there and start watching The Ultimate Fighter and two back rubs. I know he lives in Wyoming, so it'd be kind of hard to follow up for because I met him playing fantasy wrestling. That's how we know each other. Yeah. Yeah, but then like we'd have to figure out how to do half every month and shit on a credit card and shit. I'm fucking no. I asked one buddy because he likes wrestling. I was like, "Hey, dude, do you have W?" Because he lets me use his Disney Plus account. And here's the funny story with that. So he lets me use his Disney Plus account, and since he lets me use it, I set up a separate profile so I wouldn't interfere with his watching and shit like that. So I set up a profile in his account, and I labeled the name Freeloader. That's what I named it. So I messaged him and I was like, "Hey man, you wouldn't happen to have a WWE Network account that Freeloader can use, would you?" And he messaged me back and he was like, no, I did have it and everything, but I got rid of it. I might get it again around Royal Rumble, which AKA is January. And he was like, if you don't have anybody by then, let me know. Now, in theory, sounds like a great plan. Like, oh yeah, shit, if you don't have nobody by then, fucking yeah, let me know. But in my brain, I'm just like, yeah, fucker, kind of need it by Sunday, because there's a pay-per-view on Sunday. But I didn't say it. Obviously, I didn't say that to him. I just gave him the old Facebook thumbs up and moved on. I forgot this is still in my hair. Well, also WWE Network's on the table. If anybody has that, let me know. But there's also Venmo, PayPal, Cash App in the description down below if you would like to help pay for my first month of WWE Network, because it'll probably be the only month that I'll have. Or you can help pay for what is it? Like, what is it? The gold membership of StreamYard. You could do that, or if you just want to, send me to the store so I can buy a drink and shit. How much is it on Sunday? WWE Network's $9.99 a month, 1081 with tax. Um, or if you just want to help your brother out, send a couple bucks. Let me go to the store, buy a drink, shit like that. Also, there's the Amazon wish list down there. If you guys want to send brother something, I'll unbox it here live for you or in a video just for you, where I just kiss your ass the whole video, tell you how awesome you are and shit like that. I've done it before. That's all in the description down below. And of course, if you like what you see, drop a dislike, because that's how we show love around here. We do dislikes because it's all the same shit. People dislike the video anyway. Fuck, why not? Let's just roll with it, you know. And of course, if you haven't already, you can hit the subscribe button, bell for notifications. I guess that's what people say. You know? Oh, son of a bit, chocolate. I wonder if they let you sign up for a week free, then cancel it. They used to do a month free. They used to do that, but then they got rid of that. I was like, scratch? What fucking scratch? And I was like, oh shit, that's right. Chocolate. I was having low blood sugar at work, and somebody left a cookie, one of the Hershey cookies that we sell in the warmer at work. So I was like, fuck, I'm eating some of this cookie. You know. Question is, how the fuck did it get there? That's the question. Oh, I know how I got there. Okay. I really like your shows, and I'm really thinking about subscribing. That's one. And speaking of live shows, whenever it happens, whenever Hard to Find TV, aka hardtofindtv.com, where you can find all your hard to find TV needs, where you can go over there right now and get 15% off your $40 purchase. Whenever they send something over, the next time they send it over, we're going to do that live. Just FYI. New girl, you should say my blood sugar is low. Can you be my sugar? That's good. That's good. I straight up went up to her and I was like, "Do you need anything else? Do you need like a back rub or anything before I go?" Which that could have went either way. They either could have went ha ha ha, or I need you to sign this form. You know, one of two ways there. Hard to find odor. I liked your unboxing and taste test vid. Oh, thank you, thank you. Hard to find TV. Finally get it. Yeah, yeah. He oh, Matt's here. Hey, Matt, what's going on? Is she a manager? From another store, yes. But hey, you got to fucking play big to win big. You know what I mean? Like I said, that could have went either way. And thankfully, it went ha 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 ha. Like I said, it could have went here. Sign this form. Yeah, he actually like here. I'll read it again. If I can get to it. Does the pizza place pay well? Oh, it pays okay. Like I'm recently getting a raise because of all the people quitting. I just got to watch a couple videos, shit, but I haven't been able to watch it because I've been busy as fuck. Where's it at? Oh, okay. So, so I haven't heard from Tim from Hard to Find TV in a while. I was starting to get worried. I was like, all right, I guess he doesn't want to do business anymore. So, I finally get an email from him, and it says the title was or subject, whatever, a comment from one of our customers. And I was like, oh shit, who did I piss off? And the first thing is I'll get you more titles out ASAP, which hey, awesome. It says, thank you for reaching out because for those you don't know, I've said it before, but whenever you purchase something from hardtofindtv.com, Tim messages you and says, hey, thanks for buying something. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, shit like that. That's how I found out he had Oliver Bean and shit like that. Anyway, so thank you so much for reaching out. My son loves According to Jim, and I realized that you cannot find the complete series anywhere else. I was a little hesitant at first, but then saw a YouTube video done by a really funny guy and lover of old TV shows who did a review. His recommendation helped me decide to give it a try. Thanks, Kristen. Whoever Kristen is, hey, you're welcome. And much like it could go this way. I don't know what he's doing yet, but like we had the last box with a lot of Disney shows, this box could be a lot of classic Nickelodeon shows. Bring in, you son of a bitch. Saturday is my night. I wouldn't mind getting all of Night Court on Blu-ray. I'm sure it'll be expensive. This is war. Man, Night Court, man. I wouldn't mind having that on DVD, man. Like, fuck, I miss Night Court. Yeah. Like, I remember season one coming out and shit, and I got that one, but like, and then all the rest came out. Like, you know, I'm not a fan of manufactured on demand DVDs and shit because they never go down in price. Never. You never see them used on Amazon and shit. And when you do, it's very, very rare. Did you ask him if he has it? I think so. but he hasn't gotten, because when he came to me and said like, "Hey man, if you make a video like that," because like when I made the first one on a whim, he was like, "Dude, like I'll send you shit if you just make a video like that every time." I was like, "You got yourself a fucking deal." And he was just like, "Here's some titles that we have that are not listed on the website, blah blah blah." So see, look, man, we had 12 people watching, man. 3 of the fuckers left because Brendan went live. Hold on a second. Hold the fuck up. Hold up. Because now I'm pissed. Hold on. Where's this punk ass at? Hold on. Hey, Diana, what's up? Oh, you better answer this fucking shit. Bitch, don't act like the phone ain't ringing. Oh, okay. Oh, you bitch, don't act like you didn't hear that fucking phone ring. Going live while I'm live and shit. I had like 12 people in here watching shit. Then when you went live and shit, all of a sudden like 3 of the fuckers left and shit. Bitch, I'm coming for you. That's all there is to it. I'm coming for you. So sleep with one eye open, motherfucker. That's all I gotta say. Sleep with one eye open, because the next time you fucking close them eyes, and you better be afraid to close your eyes and afraid to open them. Goddamn it. That's all I got to say. All right, he'll get the message. I'm good. How was your day? It was good. Dino Riders. Oh yeah. So okay, like I was saying. So I sent him a list of like the titles that he had on the list and shit. Like, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind having these. And then I also was just like, dude, here's like a wish list type of deal. Like, here's some shows that like I wouldn't mind having if like you can come across them. And I believe Night Court was on that list. Like some of the ones on my list were like Night Court, this really like a lot of really obscure shows like Shasta McNasty, Off Center, um, Superstore seasons 4 and 5. Although it's not really obscure, but for some reason Universal just stopped putting out fucking DVDs on them. The movie is payment, because I used to do it too. Like I used to review movies for Lionsgate, Sony, a couple other obscure companies, but I just stopped doing it. It's hard to find TV send you those movies for free so you can review them. Yes. Some of them I've paid for though. Oh wait, Brendan messaged back. All right, artist. That's one. That's it. That's all he said. Fucking red bastard. Yeah, Luke. Some of them I have paid for though, because there was another fucking like website that was like charging like good prices for like the DVD, but then they wanted like $45 shipping for it, and I was just like, not happening. Have you ever seen a cartoon about a talking ass that is a detective? It was on Adult Swim. Can't say that I have. What's the most obscure movie company name you've come across? Green Apple Entertainment. Green Apple Entertainment like did softcore porn movies, and I actually reviewed one. Cassie McGee. The one I reviewed was Tanya X. That's the one I reviewed. Tanya X. I used to also review for Inception Media Group, Lionsgate, Sony. I think, but to me and Brendan's knowledge, I believe it or not, me of all people got some poor girl fired at Shout Factory. Um, I did Universal twice. I got Universal twice. I know it's called Hard to Find TV, but would he find hard to find? I believe so because with the Disney package he did send a couple movies. He sent the Lizzie McGuire movie and the Hannah Montana movie, which I sent to the kiddo. So I feel like I'm missing a company I used to review for. There was Sony, Lionsgate, Inception, Green Apple. I did one time. Universal twice. I got the girl fired from Shout Factory. Oh, Mill Creek. Yeah, Mill Creek. Thank you. Mill Creek. Yeah. I was like, I know I'm missing a company here. Yeah, Mill Creek. Fuck Mill Creek. I shouldn't say fuck Mill Creek because they were actually really good to me until like that last fucking change they did. How'd you get her fired? What happened was Shout Factory was releasing the complete series of the Sarah Silverman program, and I kind of wanted that. So I was like, you know what? Let me message whoever there and see if I can get it. You know, I never did business with Shout Factory, so I was like, let me message see if I can get it. So I found what I thought was the PR, address. So I messaged and gave him the whole spiel. Hey, I'm William Cooper. I have a YouTube channel where I review. I've done reviews with this company, that company, blah, blah, blah. I was really hoping I could review the upcoming Sarah Silverman program. If this can be done, please send it to this address. If not, thank you for your time, blah, 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 blah. So I get an email back like the next day that says, yeah, sure. We'll get it out this weekend. It's on the way. Cool. Awesome. It showed up, did the review, sent the video in. Never heard anything back from him. Never heard anything like, hey, thank you. Thank you for reviewing it. Which sometimes you don't usually hear that back anyway, but sometimes you do. Like, hey, thank you. So come to find out, because Brendan did a lot of work for Shout Factory. Come to find out, the lady I emailed um, was like the assistant to the person who was in charge of that decision. So she made the decision on her own, like, yeah, we'll send you one. She wasn't supposed to make that decision. So like they let her go. You know, because like Brendan's like good buddies with the person in charge of that decision. So like he heard about it through that. So because like I told him like, oh yeah, dude, I got Sarah Silverman program, man. I emailed and got it and shit. He was just like, oh, so you're the one. I was like, what do you mean I'm the one? And he was like, the person you emailed was not supposed to give you that and blah blah all this shit. And I was just like, oh, and he was just like, they let her go, man. I was like, because it wasn't her decision to give me one. She had to go through another person, but she went ahead and gave it to me. They were not happy, you know. You might have said it before, but I was distracted. But why'd you stop working with them? Inception, Inception Media Group, Lionsgate. Like I had like a working relationship with them. I stopped working because like all this bullshit. You know, back in 2013, where people just kept accusing me of shit that wasn't true. You know, kept accusing me that I was a pedophile, all this shit. And there's only so much you can take. You know, people claiming they have evidence and shit like that. You know, there's only so much you can take. And I know people were just like, oh, just shrug that shit off. Shrug it off if it ain't true, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, dude, there's only so much you can take. There's only so much you can shrug off and shit. So here's the fucking, I've told this story before, but here's the fucking, you know, the fucking PS to that story. So I message Lionsgate and you get fired now. So I message Lionsgate and I tell them like, hey, I can no longer review with you guys. And they message me back. They're like, is there an issue? And I was just like, yeah, there's just some bullshit going on and such like that. Now, meanwhile, I've already requested a movie to review. And I was like, yeah, there's just some stuff going on, blah, 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 this and that, blah, 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 blah. And they're just like, oh, okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, we've already sent out the movie, but you know what? Don't make a video about it. You know, you keep that as a gift from us and everything. I was like, well, damn, that's nice of you, man. I appreciate that and everything. So I messaged Inception Media Group and I tell them the same thing. I was like, hey, I can't review with you guys anymore. And they're just like, what's the issue? And I was just like, well, you know, this and that and blah, blah, blah. And now, meanwhile, this is like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you know, where I'm telling them this. And they're just like, okay, all right, you know, we'll thank you for reviewing our products. And, you know, we're sorry to see you go. That night, I'm up, you know, it's late night and shit. It's like midnight. All of a sudden, I get an email from Inception Media Group. And it's like from the chick who works there. And she was just like, hey, I couldn't help but think about this, but like, can I ask what's going on? And I was like, damn, somebody's losing sleep over this. So I kind of give her a rough rundown of what's been happening and shit. And she was like, damn, that's that's messed up. You know, she gave the G-rated answer, but essentially like, wow, that's fucked up. You know? I was like, yeah, and I just don't want to make videos and shit at the moment. And she was just like, I completely understand, man. You know, and she was just like, well, you know what? If you ever want to come back and review, you know, our email's open for you, man. Just let us know. And I was like, well, I appreciate that. I do really do. So I just couldn't believe that like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, hey, I'm done. And they're just like, oh, okay, you know, I appreciate that. But like midnight, you know, see, that's how you do exactly. That's all they like midnight. Somebody's sitting in their fucking office and they're just like, man, I mean, even the Lionsgate lady was still nice, but like shit, she didn't like fucking email me at like midnight to be like, hey, you know, like, but I mean, she was still concerned, but like the Inception Media Group lady was just like 4 o'clock. She was just like, hey, well, shit, sorry to see you go. Thank you for reviewing our products and, you know, wish you the best. But then at like midnight, she was just like, fuck, I should really check on him. You know, so I mean, she was a really nice lady and shit. I did hit up the wet one. You missed it. You must have left when he went live, you rat bastard. Hey, you want to go watch Wet Movie Live? Hey, go watch Wet Movie Live then. Just pack up your shit and go get the fuck out of here. And Mill Creek, I finally just snapped on Mill Creek. Mill Creek. Like I had a good relationship with Mill Creek over the years and shit. And then finally the last two times they fucked me, I finally lost it. That's what happens when you make an executive decision when you're not an executive. Yeah. She's had to go through one more person. She's had to ask one person, like, hey, can I send this review copy to this guy? And it would have been okay. But she was just like, yeah, fuck, whatever. And she went ahead and sent it to me. And I don't want to play now. Did the chat freeze or there's 10 people in here and no one's talking. So what the fuck? Hey, no one's talking. Okay. What's the best movie you got that you loved? Like from a company? Um, oh, my favorite one I got from a company. Hmm. American Reunion was up there because that was when I got the review. I didn't like that they woke me up at fucking 9 a.m. in the morning to sign for it. Um, American Reunion was good, and this Inception Media Group sent me Elevator, which was this cool horror movie. All the rest I eventually reviewed and then sold online. Because like a lot of them, I was just like, oh fuck, I want to watch this, and then by the time I got it, I didn't want to watch it no more. Or I eventually watched and then sold like Casa Dima Padre, which was the Will Ferrell Spanish movie, and The Artist, not me, the fucking black and white movie. I watched it and I was like, and I sold it. If you were still with them, you might have gotten credit. I wasn't actually with Shout Factory. I just emailed them on a whim to see if I could get Sarah Silverman, and I did, and got the poor girl fired. So I never actually emailed them again. I was just like, I think I'm going to lay back on this one. Did you watch the Adam Sandler? No. Kind of getting over Adam Sandler here. No, I've been watching the old Friday the 13th box set, the one they sell at Walmart for like $20. Because now they're just practically giving them fuckers away. They're giving them fuckers out for like Halloween and shit. Trick or treat. Oh fuck, Friday the 13th box set. Okay. I watched it today. So dumb. Hated part 3. 6 was just okay. The Room was better. Damn. You're tearing me apart, Lisa. Okay. I'm sorry, but people put one as part Friday the 13th part 1 as his fucking masterpiece, and I just like I don't know what it is, but like Halloween, the original Halloween, Hellraiser Part 1, and Friday the 13th Part 1, I don't think are that fucking good. I'm sorry. People put them up on these like fucking pedestals of like these are like the greatest horror movies ever. No, I'm sorry. Halloween 1 I thought was very boring. I fell asleep watching the fucking shit. I was like, this is fucking boring. Like, I don't care. Hellraiser, oh god, Hellraiser 1 was just as fucking boring. Oh my god, I was just like, fucking do something, man. just fucking people talking and like, oh god, I want some skin. Give me some skin. Like, fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. Don't get me wrong. Hellraiser 2 is fucking awesome. Hellraiser 2 is like so fucking good. Hellraiser 2 is the only good fucking Hellraiser movie out there. I tried watching 3 and 4, and those fucking suck too. I stopped watching after that. I don't watch 5 through 19, whatever. And fucking Friday the 13th Part 1, I'm sorry. The kills are unique and different for its time, but other than that, that's all it's got going for it. I'm sorry. Uh, One tells how it started. I know, but still. That flower store scene. Hi, doggy. Okay. I stand outside of the local methadone clinic and watch my own version of Trimmer. Please leave. Um, Hellraiser is boring, but I want that NECA figure. I used to have an action figure of Hellraiser, and I gave it away when I was moving out of Texas. Um, Puppet Master movies. And again, never watched them. The only one I ever watched was Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. The only one I ever watched. Because I fucking love Demonic Toys. I think Demonic Toys is like one of the most underrated fucking horror movies you'll ever watch. Demonic Toys 2 sucks. Sucks a fucking dick. Full moon movies are lame. Some of them are. Like, I refuse to watch shit like Evil Bong and Ginger Dead Man. No. But Demonic Toys, I'm sorry, but Demonic Toys is just, man, that's the shit, man. Demonic Toys is so fucking good. So, like, when they finally came out with the sequel, I was like, oh, this is going to be dope. And then I watched it. I was like, damn it. So close. I heard Evil Bong rips. I mean, shit, I haven't. Oh, god damn it. Best werewolf movie in your opinion? The Monster Squad? Not really a werewolf guy. Oh, Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf. I want to get into 80s movies like The Stuff and Night of the Demon. I saw, yeah, April Fool's Day was unique, different. Ginger Snap sucks. God damn. I've used it before and I'll use it again. I'm dying. Just like, we just had another hour and a half left. I'm like, fucking Ginger Snaps. Any horror movies any 80s horror movies you recommend? Night of the Comet. Night of the Comet was really good. Um, My Bloody Valentine, the original, of course. That was a good one. Um, 80s horror movie. Of course, you can't go wrong with the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. And Return of the Living Dead. Return of the Living Dead. Candyman movies. Never watched them. I know of them. I've seen famous parts of them. I liked both of them. I thought the original was pretty good. It was a little slow in some parts, but I thought it was pretty good. The remake was great. I went and saw it in theaters in 3D, so it was a little different at home watching it. But in the theaters, it fucking ruled ass. I'll give it that one. You know, because for a while, when it was remake, well, it still kind of is remake fucking mania. But like when they were just like coming out, the fucking remakes and shit, I was like, oh fuck, I want to see the original if it was something I haven't seen. But like now, there's so many fucking remakes. I'm just like, okay, whatever. You know, like that's how I ended up watching a lot of these old movies and shit. You know, like when the Hills Have Eyes remake came out, I was like, oh fuck, I want to watch the original and shit. That was a mistake. Or goddamn, Last House on the Left remake. Oh my god. Did Wes Craven really look at that and say, yeah, it's good to go? Did you ever see the 1995 Sandman movie? No. Deep Blue Sea 3. Why do they keep making them fucking Deep Blue Sea movies? Believe it or not, the only basket case movie I've ever seen is part three. Oh, what did you send me? Oops, something went wrong, it said. Let me try it again. Oh, wait, I think I see what's wrong. Hold on. Okay. We don't need a Gremlins 3. You're wasting my time. Mac and Me. Mac and Me, I think Mac and Me was good through a child's eyes. But like now, like whenever like my mom brings up Mac and Me, I'm like, oh my god, I remember loving Mac and Me. And she was like, you used to love Mac and Me. I'm like, yeah, I did, but I'm never like, oh my god, I should go back and watch that. You know, like one I can like. Well, I think I watch it for different reasons, but fucking Gremlin. Oh my god, let me tell you about Critters, man. When I first moved here, like after the breakup and shit, I was at fucking Dollar General and I was looking through their movies, and for $6.95, they had all four Critters movies. That fucking Warner Brothers fucking four disc and four movie pack and shit. I was like $6.95 for all four Critters movies, and I just started like my job at Hy-Vee and shit. So I was like, oh fucking hey man, when I get paid, I'm coming back and I'm getting that shit. Got paid, came back and got it. And shit. I was like, fuck yeah, man, I'm getting. Oh shit, I'm gonna watch all the Critters movies and shit. Waited for my day off and shit. Popped in the fucking Critters, man. I watched the first Critters and I was fucking bored out of my goddamn skull. I was just like, this is not what I fucking remembered. I am fucking bored out of my skull. This is oh my god. I am so fucking mad that I spent $7 on this. I wish I had my $7 back so I could go buy fucking cocaine or crack. It's cheaper. Oh my god, I was so fucking mad. And not even Gremlins. Gremlins 2. I could give a fuck's ass about the first Gremlins. I'm sorry, but Pamela Anderson. Oh, God. I don't care if they gave you like this much fucking cocaine. It would have been worth it to not sit through that fucking Critters movie. I saw a short film. I don't know if it was official canon or like a fan film, but I saw like a fucking 6 minute short film on Critters on YouTube that was better than that fucking original Critters, man. Like, yeah, oh god, I was so fucking mad. I was like, this used to be so much cooler as a kid. That was like the Beetleborgs of fucking movies, man. Because like as a kid, Beetleborgs was fucking awesome, and then when I grew up and watched it on Netflix, I just stared at it after the first Netflix episode. I was just like, All right, sleepaway camp. God damn it. I've gone through this before, but I'll go through it again. Listen, Sleepaway Camp one, pretty decent movie. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Decent movie, good twist. Second movie makes sense. Makes sense as to why she's coming back and killing people. The third movie makes no goddamn sense whatsoever. It just seems like Angela's just out in the woods one day and she's just like, huh, I feel like killing people. The third fucking movie makes no sense whatsoever fucking ever in no way, shape, or form. I'm sorry, it doesn't. It doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. I've never understood it. And I think I've seen it twice, and it just never makes any fucking sense. Return to Sleepaway Camp, I thought was pretty decent. And then I even called the ending like literally like 45 seconds before it happened. I was like, oh, wait a minute, it's this person, isn't it? And then boom, it happened. I was like, aha, you know. But Sleepaway Camp 3 just makes no goddamn sense. Just doesn't. You'll never convince me otherwise. I never watched Sleepaway Camp 2 or 3 because I was bored by one. Really? You were bored by the first one? I will admit, it's a little slow, but the twist at the end gets you. The stuff. I cannot eat yogurt for weeks. Man, I've always wanted to watch the stuff. Never watched it. Did you ever get into 3D movies? I like going to the theater and seeing them when I could, but I didn't. I could never afford a 3D TV. But if I could afford a 3D TV and all that shit, I would have. I totally would have fucking had it because that shit was dope. The stuff is on Prime. Oh, okay. One '80s movie that people used to talk about that, like, I was like, oh fuck, man, I want to watch that. Then I bought it. And we had this movie store in Houston called the Movie Exchange. They had it for like $4 one time. So I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna buy that and watch it, man. What people talk about this? Chud, cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. Chud. I was like, this is gonna be dope. And I want my $4 back. I was so disappointed about that movie. It's a good one. Not a lot of people talk about this one, but it's a good one. The Gate. Anybody remember The Gate? You never seen The Gate, dude? Oh, dude, you gotta see The Gate, man. The Gate's fucking badass. The Monster Squad is good. Gate is good. See, Gate knows. Two is on Prime, but haven't watched it, dude. You ain't missing much of two. You ain't missing much. I've seen it. I think I have like the VHS somewhere over here. So I don't fucking know. I watched it like that one time, dude. You ain't missing much. Dude, just leave it alone, man. You ain't gonna miss no sleep. Ever fucking missing Gate Part Two. I have extremely thick jizz, reminiscent of yogurt. When I'm about to climax, I just yell, "I'm about to gurt." That's two. What, did fucking daddy hit mommy at the dinner table and we're all quiet now? What the fuck? The Hunger is good. I've never even heard of that one. Sometimes when you stare and don't move, I think the video paused. That's how good I am. There again, Daddy, she's still smiling. What? Artists, are you early voting for Kanye or are you doing it on election day? I don't vote. Yeah, what happened to that? Like, how come he hasn't been out there campaigning and shit? Like, what the fuck? I thought he was actually running for president here. Well, that Kamala Harris wants to give us 2,000 a month until the fucking virus is done. So, fingers crossed. Because hypothetically, if we get that 2,000, yeah, but if Dems don't win the Senate, it won't happen. Yeah, but hypothetically, if we get that fucking $2,000 a month stimulus, I'm taking time off fucking work. Fuck that noise. If that happens, you can buy it. They don't even make 3D TVs anymore. Technology's dead. I can make $2,000 last a month. Yeah, I'm buying 3D glasses and hitting the strip club. Dream those dreamy dreams there, Toast. You get that 2,000. Oh god, do I want to keep reading this? If we get that $2,000 stimulus, I'm going to buy 2,000 worse prostitutes. Yeah, there it is. We get that $2,000 stimulus. I'm finally gonna live my dream. I'm gonna buy me a replica wrestling belt, man. There's a guy I watch. He's called Second Thought, and he says people should get paid $2,000 a month, and a job should be something people wants to do as a hobby. I agree. I know, like most of the jobs I've had, I've liked doing. Like I've enjoyed what I've done. It's just the people, not customers, not just customer wise. People I've worked with. You know, Blockbuster. I would have probably stayed with Blockbuster until I fucking had to move out of Texas. If it wasn't for the fucking manager I had to work with. Hy-Vee. I probably would have. I'd probably still be with Hy-Vee if it wasn't for some of the dumbass people I had to work with. The only job that I truly actually just fucking hated waking up and doing every day was working in that fucking factory. I just fucking hated it. I didn't like it because it was the same fucking shit every day. Wake up every day, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Same schedule every day. So fucking repetitive. We can share the women, we can share the wine. You work peers can make or break a fun job. Yeah, exactly. They can make a fucking easy job difficult. And that's exactly what fucking like Hy-Vee was. It's just like this job is fucking easy, but you fuckers are making this difficult. You know? What did you do theirs? Oh, the factory. I mean, again, we I worked in a factory that packed a Nutrisystem, and what I did was basically the line packed all the Nutrisystem boxes and shit, and then they put the boxes into a box, and then I would take that box and put it onto a pallet. I was a palletizer, and then I would stock the boxes 20 onto a pallet, and then wrap it and shit. And again, it wasn't too bad, but fucking, you know, you didn't have to do the same thing every day. You could switch out, but nobody ever wanted to switch out. Everybody wanted to do the same fucking shit every day. Where like sometimes I'm like, hey, can I do this today? No, no, Will, you're good down there. Yeah, but I know, but I want to do something different. So like one day I got pissed off one day. Like one of the fucking line people pissed me off. So I was like, oh, fuck y'all, you know? Because like I'm at work I'm real like that. If you piss me off, I'll shut myself off from everybody. You know, so I did that at work. I shut myself off from everybody. I didn't talk. You know, so the next day, now what y'all don't know in some factories, like if they have too many people there, they ask for volunteers to go home. You know, so this was a day. Usually I don't fucking volunteer. I'm just like, but this was a day where I was like, fuck y'all, I'm going home. You know, so like I stood up and I was like, see y'all later. And they're like, no, no, you can't go home. I was like, watch me, because I was pissed off from the day before and shit. You get paid for 2 hours if you volunteer to go home. So I was like, watch me, I'm out of here. They're like, no, no, Will, we're gonna let you do inspection today. Now, what inspection was basically all day you walk over to the line and you grab 2 boxes and you inspect them. You make sure none of the Nutrisystem bars are broken, make sure no package is damaged, none of that bullshit. And I always wanted to do that, but they would never let me do it. Now all of a sudden today, because I'm just like, bye, I'm going home. They're all like, no, no, we're gonna let you do that today. So they tricked me in the stand because they were gonna let me do that, and they did. They let me do it. So, but like, I fucking hated it because every day I was doing pallets, and I fucking hated doing pallets every fuck day. Couldn't stand it. I hated that fucking job. Were the boxes heavy? No, they weren't too heavy. Robots are going to take all of our jobs away. Yeah, like technically, my CSR job at the hut is technically obsolete almost. Like most of our orders come in online. You know, my job is essentially obsolete. You know, that's why like sometimes when they send my ass home early, or if they need somebody to go home early, I'm usually the first one to go. I'm the most expendable one. Most hut stores around here don't even have a fucking CSR. I'm one of the fucking rare stores that have a CSR. I was only hired at my store because nobody there would answer the phone. You know, there's most stores around here that don't have a restaurant CSR. How many walk-ins do you get at the hunt? Oh, you get some. Like tonight, we had a couple. Tonight we had a couple walk-ins. I just hate when they walk in and I'm just like picking up, and they're just like, yeah, and I'm like, okay, what's the name? They're like, oh, I haven't ordered yet. And I'm like, get the fuck out, because I hate when they do that shit. No, you're not picking up. You're fucking ordering, you twat. Like literally, somebody walked in the other day, and I was like picking up, and they're like, no. And I was like, okay, and they're looking at the menu. I was like, okay, what's your phone number? They're like, just looking. I'm like, how the fuck do you walk in a Pizza Hut and you're just looking? Bitch, do we look like an antique store to you? And I burn a cigarette, mom. They still have Pizza Huts where you. I know one that's like 20 miles away. Pizza window shop. Yeah, I couldn't believe he walked in just looking. I'm like, what the fuck? What are we, a fucking antique store to you? And I walk in. Oh, do I want to read the rest of this? When I walk in, I do it under the name Christopher. God damn. Please leave. Those red Pizza Hut cups is classic. Have you had the coronavirus? Not yet. I've been trying to get it. I walk home every night looking car handles and the neighbors' doorknobs and shit. Still haven't caught that shit. Is there any buffets open in Iowa? Some, not a lot. I feel like Jax would appreciate that one after you explained it to her. Yeah, man, I've been trying to get that coronavirus, man, so I can just get 2 weeks off. I mean, yeah, I don't get paid for it, but then I get 2 weeks off. I technically had 2 weeks off when we didn't when we had that fucking storm here, that Derecho or whatever. But I had no power. That was like the fucking. I was like, well, shit, that's not the 2 weeks off I wanted. Neighbors are just like, stop looking at my car handle. I'm like, stop parking in the street, and I just run off. Serial liquor. What university did you attend? The University of, I don't know. I was trying to think of some smart ass response. I didn't go to college because, like, dude, I barely got out of high school. So, like, when it came down to it, it was either like, do I want to go to college and just suffer more fucking school, or do I just want to go to work? And I just went to work. I was like, I'd rather just go to work, man. You know, because like, fucking, I hated high school. I was fucked with all through high school and shit, and like, So I was like, fuck it. Do I really want to deal with this shit in college? So I was like, fuck it. So like I said, fuck it. I didn't go to college. I almost went to film school. I was really close to going to film school at one time. Buckeyes. Isn't that Ohio? Not an Ohio thing, Buckeyes? Yeah, that's Ohio. Yeah. Hey, 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 where are you going, Mr. Buckeye? Yeah. I don't like when y'all get quiet like this. Lets me think y'all are fucking with me. Oh, you know. Well, I guess while nobody's talking, it's a good time to remind you guys that Venmo, PayPal, Cash App are in the description down below. You guys want to help a brother out? That'd be fantastic. Every little bit helps and shit. Also, and if anybody has oh, why'd you puke? And if anybody has a WWE Network account and would like to help a brother out, please let me know. Email the PayPal email down below, and that would be fantastic. And also, there is a Amazon wish list down there as well. If you guys would like to send something and show it off here live or unbox it here live or in a video just for you, um, I will do that. So that is all down there. And the wish list is set up to ship directly to me. So you don't have to ask me for my address because then you could come to my house and kill me. Some of y'all want that a little too much. And. So, and of course, if you can't or don't want to do any of that, PO box is just too expensive, and I'm not spending that type of money fucking for just like for y'all to send like hate mail to and shit. For some people to send hate mail to. And of course, if you don't want to do any of that, you can subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the dislike button if you like what you see. Bring that orange vinyl to work and give it to your new crush. I am not giving away my fucking emotional oranges vinyl that I paid way too fucking much for. Drink too many White Claws too fast. You drank too many White Claws. Oh shit! I thought this whole time I thought Toast was a guy. I didn't know he was a 16-year-old girl. Huh. Well, good for Wet Movie and good for Fluffy. I'm not fucking paying that money per month. Again, Pit Master, this is a situation where like you want me to have a fucking PO box, put up the money for it. I'll go get the PO box fucking Monday. But again, I'm not as big as Wet Movie. I'm not as big as Fluffy. You see how much people donate. You really think they're gonna send shit to a PO box? Again, if you put up the money for a PO box, I'll go get the shit Monday when I'm out at the doctor. Because I'm right there by the fucking post office. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, description down below. Only on weekends. I'm sorry, I don't like the taste of like fucking like LaCroix water and shit like that. So I can't imagine how like the alcoholic version of that tastes. Yeah, just to follow up on the heart thing. I'm actually going to see if I can do that video so I don't have to go up there. Well, yeah, like I said, they said the EKG came back normal, but they have yet to tell me anything about the stress test, which that kind of worries me. Now that I think about it, live stream your appointment. How much is that worth to you, Pimp? What do you say, about 20, 25? What do you think? Yeah, like my therapist did video visit the last time I had to see him. So I'm thinking maybe I only drink diet pop sometimes or wine. Yeah, I can't do the wine, dude. See, my rich aunt, her husband is like a wine connoisseur. So I have had like the fanciest of fanciest fucking wine. I've had fucking probably wines that cost $500 to $1,000 and shit. I've tried it. I've had the fucking dirtiest, dirt cheap fucking wine. I've had everything in between. I've tried them, and I just can't find one I like. It's just like beer. I cannot find a beer that I like. The stress test was fine, but let's not tell them the results to change that. I know, right? Shit. I told them that when they were just like, okay, when they first set up the appointment, they're like, okay, so we're going to do an EKG on you and we're going to do a stress test. I was like, okay. I was just like, well, I can save you time on the stress test. I have plenty of it if that'll save us some time here. I've tried white wine. I've tried white wine, red wine. Like I said, I have tried like the creme de la creme of fucking wine. Like I said, my uncle is like a wine connoisseur, man. I mean, like, oh my god, uh, he has a bath. He had a bathroom. They got rid of that house. They had a bathroom in their house where he set it up to where you had wine bottles in the shitter so you could read the wine bottles as you're taking a shit. That's how much he was into wine. He had wine all around this fucking one area in the house and shit. So trust me, I've had the fucking, I've tried the creme de la creme of fucking wine. I've had like the fucking box wine. Jax used to fucking have the box wine and shit. I couldn't do it. Same with beer, man. Like I was just like, maybe if I try like the apple beer or the blueberry beer and shit like that, I like that. Nope. I figured the last basket of hope I would have is like the soda beer, by which I mean like the hard root beer and shit. I figured that would be the one. Olive Garden wine tastes like Sprite. Probably is Sprite. They don't tell you. Well, this is a clear wine from Adelante, Atlanta. That's where Coke was born. I got to do the freeze frame with that one. Adelante, Atlanta. I like my beer like I like my violence, domestic. Packers are going all the way this year. Yeah, they got their ass handed to them last week by Buccaneers, aka Patriots 2.0. I can't say anything about that bread. I like my women like I like my pizza, cold, greasy, and leftover. Have you seen that show that was on MTV? I think where they told a bunch of people they were trying special glacier bottle water, but it was really from a water hose. I think that sounds familiar. That was only one episode. I think so. Plus, that happens in the movie Slumdog Millionaire, where they're just filling up fucking water bottles with a hose, and then they're like putting a little bit of super glue on the lid so it sounds like it's cracking open for the first time when they open the bottle and shit. God damn, that's a good movie, Slumdog Millionaire. Fuck, I haven't watched that in a while. That MTV show Ryan Dunn had was pretty cool. It was, oh yeah, Homewrecker. Homewrecker was pretty good. I just can't believe of all the shit guys the jackass guys have done, a fucking car accident is one that took them out. All the crazy ass shit they did, a fucking car accident takes one of the guys out. Eight people, nobody talking. What the fuck? After all the killer crocs Steve messed with a, oh no, a punk ass stingray killed him. A stingray is the animal that took him out. Messed with crocodiles, venomous fucking snakes. Did he mess with tigers and lions and shit too? And the animals he fucked with? The stingray takes him out. Always had no fear. You see that over there? That's one of the most dangerous snakes in the world. One lick of its venom could kill a man. We're gonna go pick it up. Like, no, stop it. You ever see the documentary? I've never seen it, but I heard what happened. I heard that I heard like the killing of him and his girlfriend. I hear that there's no video of it, but there's sound of it, and they say it's fucking horrific. And you can imagine it's pretty bad. Yeah, like who is it? I think it's like the guy's mother or something. I don't know. Whoever controls the estate of the guy, um, has it locked away somewhere. Some shit. I don't know. It's been a while since I read about it. I don't know. But how fucked up is that, man? You give your life to like an animal. Like this guy gave his life to bears and shit. Like these like fucking, I love the bears so much. Like, fuck, these are my animals, man. Like, yeah, fucking, I love the bear. I'm gonna fucking live with the bears and shit. And then they eat you. Like, how fucked up is that? The guy interviewing the mother in the documentary got to hear it, and you can see how bad it is. Oh shit! See, I never seen the documentary. I just know what happened to the guy and shit. I'm sorry, I mean, it's not as morbid as that, but like, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall or on the rock, so to speak. I will never go on the dark web. Oh, fuck that. Me neither. I would love to have been a fly on the rock when Aaron Ralston had to break his own arm and then fucking cut it off to escape that fucking rock. Like, how fucking how does that story not get you pussy later? Like, how'd you lose your hand? Well, see, a rock fell on it. And that lost your hand? No, see, you don't understand. I was pinned there for days. And I finally broke my own arm. And then I cut it off with a pocket knife. Take off your pants. Like, fuck. I just would have loved to have been a fucking fly on a rock. Just exactly the fucking nutsack, because I would have fucking sat there and died. That'd been it for me. Because there would have been no way in hell I would have fucking. That would have never even thought to cross my fucking mind to like, huh, maybe I should break my arm in two places and then fucking cut it off. That probably would never even cross my fuck mind. That rock would have came down, and I'm just like, well, fuck, I'm stuck here. Well, this is where it ends. Like I said, if you tell somebody that story, you're at a bar one night drinking with your good hand, your fucking nub is out, and you tell that story to somebody, and that doesn't get you laid. I write a story about the dark web in my book. At most, I'd probably try to end myself way before cutting my own arm off. Yeah, you'd have a pocket knife, so. But like just to be a fly on that rock to see that decision making happening. Like him, like, oh fuck, I can't get my arm out. Like, fuck, if I don't get out, I'm gonna fucking die. Like, oh shit, what can I do here? Uh, like, okay, if I break my arm and then cut, because not only that, but he had to break his arm and then know precisely where he broke his arm to then use a fuck pocket knife to cut where the bone broke to cut his arm off. That's some David Copperfield shit. That because let's just say I did think of that. Let's say I did think, okay, I got to break my arm and then like fucking cut it off. Like, let's say I did get to that fucking process, that thought process. There's no way. I don't think there's no fucking humanly possible way I can be like, okay, this is the part of the arm where I fucking broke it. Little Nicky reference, yeah. Uh, there's no way in hell I would think like, oh, okay, this is the part of the arm where I broke it. This is where I gotta start cutting. Like, that guy's got my mad respect because like there's I would have died there. They would have found a skeleton under a rock. Just I don't think he had. I think he said. I want to say he had some trail mix. I want to say that, and he had like very like a very insurmountable amount of water. The trail mix for some reason is coming to mind. Like he had a very little amount of trail mix, very tiny amount of water, and then like it got to that point where he was just like, I'm gonna fucking die if I don't get out of here, you know. And then somehow he came up with the idea: break his arm, cut it off. Yeah, he said he could smell his own arm rot. Oh, talk about a rotten situation. Let's come back. Jack's come back. Oh. You get it because you smell rotting, but and it'd be a rot. That's how people describe it's rotting, like a rotten time, or like a rotten situation, and his own arm was rotten, rotting. Get it? It smells rotten. It'd be a rotten. You get it? One day I'm just gonna fucking do that for like an hour. Just explain the joke as hard as I can. Beginning to smell a lot like almonds, which is not good. Why did I decide to sing it? I don't really know. So, for the five of you who are watching, I figured I'd do a little something special for you to wrap up tonight's live. I'm going to read from my book, Stories No One Asked For. I'm going to read the story in the book titled the Secret Society, which is partly an original story that I wrote. I kind of heard this story online a couple of 3 years ago, but I kind of like put some twists in here that are my own and such. Diana's comment about the dark web kind of triggered it. So sit back and enjoy here, and then we'll wrap up for the evening. So there you go. This is the Secret Society. The year was 2017, and I was working at Hy-Vee still, and I always worked evenings. So during my day, I usually watched a lot of YouTube videos. I have a pretty wide variety of tastes when it comes to my viewing history, such as gaming videos, wrestling videos, and other odds and ends. And those odds and ends, those odds and end type videos include a lot of top 5, 10, or 15 countdown videos on a variety of topics, as well as anything from movies to serial killers. One day, a certain topic jumped out at me, a topic that seemed strange, and yet that I never heard of before, and that was top 5 stories from the dark web. What the hell was the dark web? I thought. So I clicked on the video, and there were 5 stories from the dark web. It did not explain what the dark web was, but these stories included a son hiring a hitman to kill his own stepfather, stumbling into a random chat room where a live murder was happening, which is also known as a red room, and even people being stalked from the dark web to their home. The 5 stories were quite creepy, but I was also quite intrigued. Was this dark web thing real? Were these stories just made up on YouTube just for views? I really wish I could sit here and tell you that they were. I was at work later that night, and even though I was doing my normal job, like cashing checks and doing Western Union transfers, that video wouldn't get out of my brain. I mean, how can you just go anywhere online and hire a hitman? How do you broadcast a murder and get away with it? These stories had to be made up, right? I got off work and walked home, and the second I got situated, I began to do research on this dark web thing. Come to find out, the internet that we use every day, the internet that we use to go on Google and search, why do polar bears shit, is only 10% of the internet. And the rest of it is the dark web. Imagine, if you would, an iceberg. You can see on the surface, but the majority of the said iceberg is hidden under the water. Now, I know I said what it is. Now I know what it is. I'm sorry. Now I know what it is. Next was, how do I get to it? Because this is not something you just type into Bing and you are whisked to it. No, there's a process. You had to download an all new browser to access the dark web called the Onion Router, or as they call it on the street, Tor. So I found where to download Tor, and I was ready to download. And right before I did, I thought long and hard about what I was getting myself into. From the research I have begun I have been doing. There is a lot of bad on the dark web, but there was also a lot of good as well, such as 1001 pictures of kittens. But let's be real. I was doing all this research on the dark web for pic. Um, but let's be real. I was doing all this research on the dark web for pictures of pussies. I think I messed that joke up. Fuck. Um, I wanted to see the hiring of hitman. I wanted to see if red rooms existed, and whatever else they have to offer. I stared at the screen with the download on for a good few minutes and debated whether or not this was a rabbit hole I really wanted to go down. I eventually said out loud, fuck it, and clicked the download. I noticed it was about 3 in the morning by the time the download on my laptop was completed. I wanted to get to bed. So all my dark web adventures would have to wait until tomorrow. I woke up the next day, and after I took my morning piss, I right away went to my laptop. I booted up Tor and got right to it. As I started exploring, I saw what was considered the norm on the dark web: the illegal selling of drugs, weapons, and people's PayPal accounts, as well as their credit card numbers, or the Silk Road, as they called it. It was really bizarre seeing Marcus Adcock, PayPal, $213.47, with a price tag next to it that with a price tag next to that, as it didn't feel right. I wouldn't be buying someone's PayPal account. I'd be buying that person. I forgot to mention that whenever you open Tor, you're brought to what they call a subreddit, which is just a bunch of random links on a page, kind of like a homepage of a website, basically. Some are labeled, some are not. It was kind of like one big grab bag. So I started clicking on random links left and right. Some led to dead pages, others basically just ripped off a copy versions of others just being ripped off versions of the Silk Road. I was starting to get a little bored with the dark web. I mean, that top five video made it seem like this place was going to be the epitome of horrors, and the scariest thing I found thus far was the ability to buy someone's credit card number. It all changed when I kept clicking dead link after dead link, and I saw a blue link that caught my eye. It said Secret Society. Well, like any normal person, I was interested as to what was behind the link, so I clicked it, and it brought me to an all black page. And right before I thought it was just another dead page is when a box appeared on the window and simply said, "You are user number 213. Welcome." The box disappeared, and then I noticed off to the left hand side of the page there were other users that were just numbers. No clever or witty names like you would see back in the old school AOL chat room. Just number after number, like number 475, number 198, number 521, and even my number was shown, number 213. Needless to say, by this point, I am beyond intrigued. I waited in what seemed like a chat room, no one no one saying anything. No one was saying anything. Oh, thank God I got that right. No one was saying anything, and I thought for a split second to break the ice by saying hi or something akin to that, but hell no. And just when I was about to give up, as nothing was happening, I finally see a chat appear in the wide box on the right side of the screen, and it said, "Number one, good afternoon, everyone. It seems we have an eager crowd, and allow me to welcome new users number 621, number 712, number 408, number 308, and 213. They are joining us for the first time. Make them feel welcomed." After that message from number one, the chat room became flooded with greetings from numerous different numbers saying everything from welcome to hello and everything in between. I have to admit, it was pretty cool at first. Seemed like a nice group of people. If only I knew what the hell was about to go down, I would have known better. After a good amount of greetings came through, and I still haven't typed anything into this chat yet, number one came back with another message, and it read, "Number one, all right, we're going to get started today. We have a 23-year-old female from Peru. She would be great with housework and running errands and maybe even a few bedtime needs, if you know what I mean. Let's start the bidding at 1 Bitcoin." My eyes got really big when I saw that. I said out loud to myself, They're not doing what I think they're doing, are they? I look back in the chat. Number one has posted a link. Curiosity got the cat on this one. I clicked the link, and it took me to a new window with a picture of what seemed to be a beaten and battered 20-something Hispanic female. And on top of that, she was gagged and chained to a wall. I clicked off that picture and go back to the chat room, and I see number 461, 1 Bitcoin. After that, number 175, 1.02 Bitcoin. And that's when it hit me. They were auctioning off this woman with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, if you don't know, is an online cryptocurrency that is the primary way to trade money on the dark web. I kept staring at the chat log, and the amount kept going higher and higher. And finally, someone said, number 743, 1.54 Bitcoin. And then number one, we have a winner at 1.54 Bitcoin. Leave your email address, and someone will contact you for payment, and we will ship your goods. That's all for today, and we will see you tomorrow. The winner then posted an email address, and the second he did, the entire screen went blank. No messages in the chat log, no numbers in the left-hand side of the screen, nothing. It was like it didn't happen. But I know I just watched a group of people just auction off what I believe was to be a slave to the highest bidder. And in 2017, 1.57 Bitcoin was about $15,000. I just sat there staring at the blank screen for a good few minutes before finally clicking it off. That's when I knew I have had enough dark web for today. I shut down Tor and opened up Chrome and proceeded to watch YouTube videos the rest of the day to try and get my mind off of what I just witnessed. The next day, I had work, and I was a tad distracted at work. Couldn't stop thinking about what I saw. I literally found a secret chat room where they showed me a picture of what seemed to be a kidnapped and beaten woman and then sold her into slavery. Obviously, this is not legal, and I didn't want to call the police because what I witnessed was surely illegal. And on top of that, the entire chat went blank afterwards. I had no proof. And then it dawned on me, what if this is going to happen again? Oh shit, this is not really going to happen. This is not really happening in my life. I work a shitty job with shitty people, and now I'm watching people get sold into slavery. Great. The moment I got home from work, I went straight to my laptop and booted up the Onion router. They call it that, by the way, because it makes your IP address harder to decipher. Someone would have to go through many layers to find you, like the many layers of an onion, hence the Onion router. Tor brings me to the subreddit, and I right away start looking for Secret Society. It's pretty far down last time, so I knew it was going to take me a few moments to find it. After what felt like an eternity, I found it and clicked it right away, and it took me back to the same all black page. And after a few seconds, a box showed up. It said, "Welcome back, number 213." Wait, how does it know I'm back? How did it know to give me the same number I had previously? I just assumed all the numbers were random to hide everyone's identity. Well, I was already creeped out, and that did not help at all. Now I'm playing the waiting game, waiting for number one to get the ball rolling because I had to see I had to see if this was a one-off or a joke, or maybe this was all one big role-playing chat room. I was grasping at straws here to figure out what happened last time. I just couldn't accept the fact that I witnessed a woman get sold into slavery. Right then, I heard my phone notification, and I will admit, I almost shit my pants. I reach for my phone and notice it's just a Snapchat notification, and I open it to find out it's just a generic snap from Team Snapchat. Great. I almost turned my underwear into a fudge factory over Team Snapchat. The second I put my phone back down is when I look back at the screen and see number one. Good evening, everyone. We have a good crowd tonight, and we have a huge offering tonight. Please welcome new users number 444, number 76, and 981. Just like last time, the room began to flood with welcoming messages to the new users, and I am on the edge of my seat. I am almost dying to see this happen again, not because I enjoyed it or anything, because I still couldn't believe what I saw. After quite a few welcoming messages, number one shows up in the chat and says, "All right, you got something special tonight." Number one then posts a link like previously, and I clicked it. But this time it did not take me to a picture like last time, but a video. a video of a man in a room, and he was blindfolded, gagged, and tied to a chair. He was struggling to get free, but to no avail. My mouth was agape looking at this. All I could think was, what the hell is about to happen? I set up my windows to where I have both the chat and the man tied up on my screen. And I noticed in the chat, number one, I told you we had something special here tonight. You are witnessing live video. I noticed on the live feed, a man has entered the room with the man tied up, and he is wearing a ski mask to hide his identity. And he is also carrying a large burlap sack that appears to be very heavy, and he places it on the floor next to the tied up man. The man tied up. The man tied up. Oh shit. The tied up man then feels his presence, then kicks the burlap sack. The man in the ski mask was not too pleased by this, and with a closed fist punches the tied up man as hard as he can in the face. Oh my God, he really just did that. And on top of that, I noticed that when the tied up man kicked the bag over, a wrench, a pipe, and what looks to be an axe fell out of the bag. And I'm pretty sure a game of Clue was not on tap. I look back at the chat. Number one, opening the bid at 2.0 Bitcoin. Holy shit, that's roughly $20,000. The chat room was quiet, unlike last time. Albeit the previous time, the starting bid was roughly half that, but then someone finally bids, and I see number 101, 2.0. And after that, number 883, 2.02. I had a bad feeling something really terrible was going to happen to this man tied in the chair to whomever wins this auction. As I'm thinking that, I see number 557, 2.06. After that bid, the room got quiet. And that's when I noticed no one was chit-chatting or anything. So I knew at this point something bad was in the cards. After a moment, number one appeared again to say, number one, sold to number 557 for 2.06 Bitcoin. Please post an email. We will confirm your payment and the show will begin. Show? What show? Number 557 posted an email in the chat, and I go back to watching the tied up man who now has a trickle of blood coming out of his mouth from the punch earlier, and the man in the ski mask standing at a safe distance. And then the man in the ski mask reaches into his pocket and answers the phone. I couldn't hear it ring. I couldn't hear it ring as the feed has no sound. I could tell he was listening to someone on the other end, and he nods and hangs up the phone. Now that I wrote that, I don't understand why I wrote he nods, seeing how he was on the phone. Places it back in his pocket. What I'm about to tell you still haunts me to this day. I check back in the chat room and I see number one, we have received number 557's payment. So 557, you pay, you play. The chat room then becomes flooded again, but this time they were not messages of welcomings, they were weapons. Every kind of weapon you can imagine. Everything from a gun all the way down to Chinese throwing stars. And then number one came in to say, I'm sure number 557 likes all your suggestions, but remember, they paid, so they play. So what's it going to be, 557? My heart was pumping at an incredible rate because I am slowly putting together what I believe is about to happen. And then the decision was made. I saw it. Number 557, machete. The second I saw that, I right away look over at the live feed, and the moment I did, I see the man with the ski mask reaching into his pocket again. He holds the phone up to his ear for a moment and then quickly hangs up. He then just drops the phone on the floor and grabs the burlap sack that was kicked over from before and empties the remaining contents onto the floor, which is revealed to be an array of weapons. The man that is tied up begins to start struggling again as if he knows what's coming next. The man in the ski mask begins to rifle through the weapons on the floor and then finds a machete, just as 557 requested. I don't think I need to tell you at this point, but I'm pretty sure the day before I saw a woman get sold into slavery or God knows what. Now I just saw a man get sold, and I just saw a man to be sold and killed before a live studio audience. I was watching the live stream and the chat room. The chat room was typing various messages of excitement, and I am almost frozen in terror, hence as to why I never clicked out. On the live stream, the man in the ski mask is now teasing the man with the machete, running the blade over his skin. Meanwhile, back in the chat room, all the messages are saying, "Do it!" Back on the stream, the man in the ski mask has placed the machete on the ground. I let out a single sigh of relief, thinking maybe this will be as far as it goes. I really wish I could say this as far as it went, but it wasn't. The man in the ski mask then got down on one knee, and I could tell he was saying something to the man that was tied up. I could tell the man in the ski mask was being stern, and the man tied up then nods as the man in the ski mask then proceeded to remove the tied up man's left shoe and sock. I have to admit, I was perplexed as I did not see that coming. The ski masked man then picks up the machete and then holds it right above the tied up man's toes. Then suddenly, without warning, the man with the ski mask quickly raises the machete and comes down and in one chop cuts off all 5 of the man's toes who is tied up. I gasped in horror as to what I saw. The blood began to shoot out of the man's foot. The tied up man opens his mouth very wide. I'm quite sure he was screaming. No, I know he was screaming. I look back at the chat room, and the room begins to flood again, cheering on the ski mask man and telling number 557 what a great choice he had made. I couldn't deny it anymore. I couldn't deny anymore. This was happening. I look back at the live stream, just as the man in the ski mask, as he placed the tied up man's toes into his own mouth. The tied up man quickly spits them out, and then the man in the ski mask quickly runs the blade over the tied up man's arm, causing a huge gash on it. That was it. I couldn't handle anymore. I went to the chat room and I had to speak up. I went over I went over to the chat room and as I see people cheering on the gash in the arm and begging for more, I finally had to say something. I typed my response and hit send, and my response was number 213. You people are insane. Watching this person being tortured alive, I should go to the police with this. It was at this moment I knew I had fucked up. Shortly after I hit send, the live stream window I had open went completely black. Was it over? I looked over at the chat room and I seen number 1. Now, number 213, why would you say something like that? We were all having a great time and you had to ruin it for everyone. Now, being the smart ass that I am, I just had to be snappy and come back with number 213. Just like that, you ruined a guy's foot. I'm going to have to call the cops now. Now, I knew I was bluffing. I thought they knew I was bluffing because to them, I was just on the dark web. Or so I thought. Number 1, you are in way over your head, 213. I saw next. Feeling cocky, I said number 213. I'm in way over my head. I'm not the one chopping off people's toes. Right after that is when I noticed that no one else in the chat room was saying anything to break up the conversation between myself and number 1. And I saw one last message in the chat room. Number 1, you were warned. Right then and there, the entire chat room went blank again, and all the messages that have transpired have disappeared. Like last time, I just sat there and stared at the screen. Stared at the screen like last time. I was thinking about what I had just witnessed. I just saw someone buy the opportunity to buy a slow and torturing death. I saw a man get his toes chopped off and then put said toes into his own mouth. I did feel kind of good. Maybe I spooked him when I said I was calling the cops. I mean, when I mentioned it, the stream ended. Whether or not the man lived is unknown, but at least it wasn't streamed live for everyone. All of a sudden, my phone notification goes off again. And again, it spooked me, brought me out of my stare. I grabbed my phone and opened it. It was another Snapchat notification. I opened the app and my eyes went wide and my mouth went agape when the bottom of my lip quivered a little when I saw who it was from. Snapchat number 1. After a few seconds, I opened the message and it simply read, I see you. Well, if I didn't have shit in my pants before, I did now. I turned off my phone, tore, and my laptop for the evening and went to bed. But every time I almost fell asleep, I kept seeing that man's toes getting chopped off and then falling out of his own mouth. I couldn't help but think if he survived or not, but I have a bad feeling he didn't. I was in and out of sleep all night. I eventually woke up the next day and I didn't go anywhere. I didn't go anywhere near my phone or laptop. And then And then I heard my mailbox open and close. It was located right next to my front door, which was odd because it was a little bit early for the mail. I opened the front door just enough to poke myself outside and reach the mailbox. When I opened it, it was all I when I opened it oh, okay. When I opened it, all that was inside was just a plain white envelope. I looked at it confused for a moment and then took it out of the box. I started opening the envelope, and as I was closing the door behind me, I opened it up, and what was inside was easily the scariest thing I've ever experienced. The inside of the inside of this plain white envelope was a picture of myself, a picture of me from when I opened that Snapchat message from number one last night. And in the margin underneath the photo, handwritten, it said number two and three, don't come back. That same day, I changed my phone number and I uninstalled Tor on my laptop, and I've never thought about going anywhere near the dark web since. So that was from my book, Stories No One Asked For, written by me. Uh, there have been talks about doing a second edition of that book, putting in a couple bonus stories and fixing all the fucking mistakes in that one. So no, no, she got to the first story. She got to drop my nuts in your mouth and go off on you like a circus seal and called it a day. That was too much for her. Which, like I said, is fine because, like I said, if she would have got the story four, she really would have been. She really would have learned some shit. She's doing the towel at the right time. Probably because, like I said, story four would have did it. Because story four is a fuck story about me and my ex girlfriend. So I told her she didn't want to read the book. I told her. I was like, "You don't want to read this?" She was like, "Yeah, dude, I want a copy. Let me have a copy of it." I was like, "You don't want to read it, though?" No, no, I do. I want to support you. I want to read it. Oh, okay, here you go. And she made it to um, you would have thought a three-way couple skate was the equivalent of me telling Justice, like, hey, can I drop my nuts in your mouth and go off on you like a circus seal? That was as far as she got. My sister actually made it a little bit further. She said she read further, but I don't know how far she read. She didn't tell me how far she read. Because she did say, she was like, I learned some things in there about you I didn't want to know. So, but I don't know how fucking far she went in. I think she read the fuck story, I think. That story you just read is true. No, no, not true. No, I kind of I heard that dark web story, something like that, back in 2017, where it was something like they found a secret chat room and they said they went in there talking smack, and then they got a letter in the mail saying don't come back. That was pretty much the gist of it. I pretty much added the shit where I saw somebody getting sold, and then it turns into a red room. Added that shit. I had to add the exposition about knowing what the dark web was in case somebody reads it and never knows what the dark web is. Like all that shit was added. Um, and then, put a little twist on it, you know, seeing somebody get murdered or supposedly murdered. So I had to put a little twist on it. Maybe that's where I heard it from. Crease pasta. That could be where I heard it from. Because I remember hearing it one time and I couldn't find it again. So that story's because I kind of wanted to make it a short film one time because I thought that was fucking intriguing. I'm like, dude, that's sick, man. He goes into like a secret chat room and shit and fucking talks some smack and shit and gets a letter in the mail with no return address and don't come back. Like, oh, that's sick, man. You know? So like when I was writing the book and shit, I was trying to fill it out with some more stories and shit. And I was like, man, maybe I should just write like a little original story, like a little tiny original. And I was like, oh, I could finally do Secret Society as a story. So I kind of did that and rolled with it. But all the rest of the stories in the book are true stories. That's the only one that's not true. Every other story in the book is 100% true. Like, okay. I read this one on a live a couple months back, so I'm pretty sure. No, but I'll read you another one. This is like a 100% fucking true story. Yeah, definitely a creepy storyline with one that has the base to be a good creep. Exactly, man. So here's one of the stories that are 100% true. This fucking straight up fucking happened. Um, I read this one a couple months ago, but this is like one of my favorite ones I wrote for the book. This one I actually like added like really late into the writing process, but it was actually one I wrote in the night. So here we go. All right. Now, anyone who eats food has a favorite condiment. Mine happens to be yellow mustard. Don't come at me with that honey mustard or stone ground mustard. Well, unless it's from Hillshire Farm, unless it's with some Hillshire Farm summer sausage, then we'll talk. But anyway, we're not gonna we're gonna focus on yellow mustard for this story. The year was 2003, sophomore year of high school, and that year I got really lucky because I got to have second lunch out of three, and that was special. What's special about second lunch is that I got to have lunch with my best friend Justice. Not only Justice, but we had most of our clique for this lunch too: Eric, Michelle, Sarah, Steven, and a few others. It was pretty sweet. We had some good times at lunch, and there was once an epic arm wrestling battle between Steven and me. That was a goddamn classic, and there were some not so great moments, like when Sarah took a chunk of skin out of my arm by pinching it so hard. So I took a water bottle and threw it at her head. But one there was a true, by the way, that has really happened to. But one particular time stands out, and it was all because of my love of yellow mustard. You see, some days the lunchroom would serve cheeseburgers. And I put that in quotes because knowing what I know about the meat industry now, no telling what was really in those burgers. But if you have a cheeseburger, you have to have you have to have good old French fries with them, of course. I have my cheeseburger or my gym mat and my gym mat filling and newspaper between bread, no telling, and my French fries. And I get to the table with the crew and I sit down, and Justice is sitting across from me. Eric is next to him. And for some reason, Michelle is sitting next to me, which I found strange because she was dating Eric at the time. So I thought, I was ready to eat. But what's wrong with this picture? Burger, fries, shit. I don't have any delicious yellow mustard for my fries or burger. Now, our fries came in like one of those small paper baskets. So I empty the fries onto the tray, and I noticed Eric headed up to the condiment station, which was strange because we had 3 upside down plastic containers that you would milk for your condiments. It was kind of like milking a cow for mustard. So I asked Eric, hey man, can you put a little mustard in this? Which he had no problem doing. And that's where I went wrong. Because he when he came back, this paper basket was filled almost to the rim with mustard. And listen, this is high school lunch. I maybe had 11, 12 fries if I were lucky. What the fuck am I going to do with all this mustard? I mean, if the world went up right now and mustard was the new currency, I was set. So I look at Eric and say, what the fuck, man? And he laughs and says, you wanted some mustard? And I quickly said, I have 11 fucking fries. I eat my fries and I use a little bit more of this mountain of mustard for my burger. No need to spread it. I just dipped it in at this point. I finished my lunch and there's barely a dent in this mustard. And this is where shit takes a turn. We're conversing and Eric still thinks this is hilarious that he filled this damn thing with mustard, yellow, tart, tangy mustard, mind you. And I look at him and say, you realize this is going to go to waste, right? I was a sophomore in high school. I could have cared 2 shits about starving kids in Ethiopia or those damn dogs in that Sarah McLachlan commercial, but this container of mustard is what got me to care about waste all of a sudden. Naturally, it had to be me to pose the next question, which was, what if I just ate it? There was a silence at the table, a silence that said, I want to see that, but I don't want to see that. I was like, wait a minute. And Michelle next to me said, please don't. Eric chimes in with, you couldn't do it. And much like any time I'm in deep shit, Justice is just sitting back, observing my next move. I notice a plastic spoon nearby and I pick it up. Now I have the attention of everyone that sits at our table during lunch. There's a fever pitch at this table. And I'm thinking, if I do it really quick, it won't be that bad because after all, I love yellow mustard, but you can go overboard with it. Have I mentioned how tart and tangy yellow mustard can be? The spoon is in my hand and I hear Michelle next to me. No. And with one deep breath later, I take the spoon and start digging into this mustard. The first 2 spoonfuls weren't that bad, but it was one of those things where people around you start getting in your brain because everyone I sat with, by the way, hated mustard. They always did that ketchup and mayo combination, and before anybody asked, it's a weird Southern thing. So everyone at this table is officially grossed out that I'm just eating raw mustard with a spoon. But shit, I didn't want it to go to waste because Eric is a dumbass. Spoonful 6 and 7 are becoming difficult because everyone is grossed out. The amount of mustard that I'm eating and the tanginess of it is starting to get to me. And the tang is hitting my nose pretty hard. But 2 more and I'm done. Spoonful 8 goes down and I had to stop for a second and let out a grunt because fuck, this is too much. This is too much goddamn mustard. What the hell was I thinking? Oh, because somewhere in the deep crevices of my mind, I thought I would eat this mustard and they would hoist me onto their shoulders and carry me out like a fucking hero while I scream, are you not entertained? Last spoonful, and I quickly got it down, and I dropped the spoon quicker than Florida would hide the votes the following year. And I rest my head on my hands and let out another grunt. Michelle's the first one to say something after that. Michelle's the first one to say anything after that. After that, I want to suck your cock. Okay, that's not really what she said. What she said was, I cannot believe you did that. Which I came with, I didn't want to waste it. Blame Eric. And to Eric's credit, he says, you didn't have to eat it. You decided that on your own. To be fair, that was true. But I did feel like they wanted to see if I could do it. Well, prove them wrong. Side note, you would think that I would have learned my lesson from this, right? Wrong. A few weeks have gone by, same scenario. I asked Eric with a little sternness on my voice, can you please put a little mustard in this, please? So he heads over to the condiment station and he's over there way too long. So I already know I done fucked up again. He gets back to the table and I see a little mustard in the basket, but the son of a bitch has also put a nice heaping layer of mayo underneath. Needless to say, I got my own fucking condiments the rest of the year. So again, that was from my book, Stories No One Asked For. So. Oh, I do. I fucking love mustard, man. And what I didn't go into in that book is like that was like the hard thing about it. I should have gone into it more in there, but that was like a quickie story, so I didn't want to go too far into detail with it because that was supposed to be a quick story. But what it was is that like as I'm eating the mustard, everybody around me is like, oh, and that shit gets in your head as you're fucking doing it and shit. So like that shit fucks with your fucking head and shit as you're doing it. So like it's becoming harder as I'm eating the mustard and shit. So it's just like, oh, if you fuckers just shut up, this would be a lot easier and shit. You know, like that's one of the things that about it that made it really difficult. How big was the basket? It wasn't like that big, but it was like one of those little plastic baskets. You know, I already heard your message. How dare you go live when I'm live? I keep telling you, I am live. Fucking, well, officially, I'm live Thursday, Saturday, and Sundays. How dare you go live when Kevin Smith was live? But man, fuck. I like how Kevin Smith can go on time, but he can't fucking make Clerks 3 in a decent amount of fucking time. Oh, you missed it tonight, Brendan. I told the story how I got that bitch fired from Shout Factory for sending me that Sarah Silverman program. Oh, hold on, Brandon. It just says downloading audio. Hold on. That's what I'm like, man. Like, fuck, you need to get the priorities straight, man. First, it's like, I'm making Clerks 3. And it's like, no, I'm not. I'm making Mallrats 2. No, I'm not. It's going to be a TV series. No, it isn't. I'm going to make Moose Jaws. Remember, I got that fucking chick fired because I messaged her and, like, I was like, hey, can I get Sarah Silverman program? And she wasn't really supposed to send that to me.
Listen, bitch. I'm off live now, motherfucker. And looks like, what, you're still live? You're still live? That's fucking 2 and 3, motherfucker.
Well, that's 2 and 3. Okay. All right. All right. We'll see. We'll see next time when all those people are fucking trolling me. Didn't you say they fucking let her go for that shit because she wasn't supposed to send me that shit? I guess where you told me they let her go for that shit. Oh well, it made a better story. I could have swore he did. Oh well, made a better story. Speaking of a better story, the other night at work, I always wear my hat backwards at work. We have to wear fucking You're on Cameo? Why? We have to wear hats at work, so I always wear mine backwards. So the other day, my new boss tells me, "Oh, you have to turn your hat around." I finally was just like, "Listen, this place is all about speed, okay? And if you want me to move with speed, I got to be able to move like a cheetah, okay? And in order for me to move like a cheetah, I got to have my hat backwards and everything. If you want me to be able to move like a cheetah and shit." And she goes, "Uh huh. Turn your fucking hat around." I was like, "Oh, okay." More aerodynamic. Josh, what's up, man? So we got 10 people here back. You guys missed, I just read a couple stories from my book, Stories No One Asked For. Also, there is Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, description down below. Want to help a brother out? That'd be uh, fantastic. Also, there's the Amazon wish list. You guys want to send something over? I'll unbox it here live for you or show it off here live. Or I'll go to full nine. I'll make a video just for you, kissing your ass the whole way through, just telling everybody how awesome you are for sending shit over. Um, so that'd be fantastic too. And of course, if you don't want to do any of that, there is fucking the subscription button if you're not already subscribed, and the bell for notifications. Um, you know, and if you like what you see, drop a dislike. That's how we do things around here. Where are the balls of you? Do you rewatch your live streams? Sometimes, but I don't watch like the whole thing. Like if I go, like right now, I'm at 2 hours and 50 minutes. I would not sit here and watch the whole 2 hour and 50 fucking minute live. At least you're honest. I would. I'd fucking like if somebody sent me something and they're just like fucking. I want you to make a video about it. Okay, I'd probably sit here like fucking like, oh, Josh is so fucking cool for sending this over, man. Thank you very much, Josh. I'll fucking just kiss that ass the whole fucking video. I'd do the same for Diana if she asks. Like Diana sends over shit every now and then. It's just fucking like I don't think Diana cares one way or another. I think she just like sending shit. That's why I just usually like, hey guys, look what Diana sent. So I don't think she really cares one way or another. That's why I just usually show it off. Check your face. Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. Oh, I want to see how much you're. I want to see how much you're charging. Fuck, it keeps making me get the app. Man, I don't want to get the fucking app just to see. It's making me get the app, Brendan. Like, how much are you charging for Cameo? Oh, and also, I forgot to also mention, if anybody has a WWE Network account that does not mind me mooching off of it, email the PayPal email down below and let me know before tomorrow, please. 20 is what Barrett told me to do. You think you're worth 20, huh? Warning, assholes may be closer than they appear. Charging 420. I'm gonna go on Cameo. I'm gonna set my shit for $1. No, fuck it. I'm gonna set it for $2. Will you do OnlyFans with me? I almost did OnlyFans. I was gonna set up an account for $6.99. Another Josh? I don't like it. You would there'd be more taste test and cooking with because then I would have the money to actually fund those more often. So and if you fuckers are willing to pay $6.99 for it, fuck, I'll fuck whoever you want on there. So I sent you $5 to your PayPal. Will you make me a video of you going down on yourself? That's two. And why did you pick like the lowest fucking amount you could think of on that? Considering that like I was paid $100 to fucking do the truffle shuffle, and you think $5 is gonna get me to go down on myself? And you said keyword try. You didn't even put that word in your original sentence. There's so many things wrong here. One, you didn't put the word try. Two, your amount is too low. Three, like that wouldn't happen. Fine, six. No. Random and bizarre questions. Has anyone felt like peeing while sitting comfortably, but instead of getting up, you just grab the nearest thing and pee it? No, I just pee in the bed. I'm just like, oh, should I get up and pee or just pee in the bed? Fuck it, pee in the bed. I'm just like, yeah, I'll be warm for a minute. You know, just what is it doing in the back rubs? No, that's burnt toast is like fucking like go to fucking thing there, man. I can see you doing it. You should have been here the other night. You could have saw it. I should really get up and pee. Yeah, fuck, it'll be warm. Oh. Uh, uh, somebody would like to donate to the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App in the description down below so that I can get a better fucking chair. What movie won? Any new inspiring weight loss vids? You got this. Well, speaking of which, this is like the longest Brendan's ever stayed in here, I think, like fucking ever. Spoke too soon. He's gone. Or front rubs, too. Yeah, I gave myself a front rub earlier. Just got dryer in here. I don't know. We just had 10 people. Brendan leaves and fucking we're down to 6. How the fuck does Brendan account for 4 people? Have you ever grown a full, thick beard? Not a full, thick one, but I've gotten it bushy before. Because, like, again, going back to the breakup with baby mama, I think that was like the thickest I ever got it. Because, like, I was just in a state of not caring, man. I just let it grow out and fucking just drinking. That's what she said. Just drinking. I'll walk up to the convenience store. There we go. Wasn't taking good care of myself drinking. I would just walk up to the convenience store and just buy Smirnoff and shit. And not pretty bad. It's pretty bad when your family's hiding alcohol from you. That's when you know it's pretty bad. Like I don't drink like on a normal basis anymore, but like I've said before, like if my friend Haley calls and she's like, "Hey, you want to go get drinks?" I'll go get drinks with her, but I'm not like, "Oh fuck, let me just sit in my fucking dark basement and just get slammed now," because that used to be the issue. I'm more of a very social drinker now. Like I will go out and have a couple with friends, but I'm not like, I'm not like, oh, I'm depressed. Let me just go fucking have a few drinks and fucking, wallow in my pity and shit, and an occasional Bang energy drink. I haven't had Bang in a while. Lately, I've been drinking Coke Energy Zero Sugar, which that's my shit. Which, if you're feeling really generous, there's some of that in my Amazon wish list down below if you want to send me that. And Rockstar Energy, the orange one. Once in a blue moon is okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think like I said, again, I said this before. The last time me and Haley went and drank, it was literally like no shit, like literally, not figuratively, literally 3 days before they closed down the bars to COVID. Do you smoke when you drink? No, no, I don't. I don't. I fucking every now and then I'll get like an urge to smoke a cigar, but that is like very far and in between now. Sometimes I'm just like, oh fuck, man, I could really go for like a black and mild casino. You know, that's what they're called, black and mild casinos, and those are good. But like that's very far and in between. Only the high grade herb, Alaskan thunder duck super cigarette. You got to stay healthy for your kid. When life feels like crap, just remember that she loves you and needs you. You are strong. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that, man. Sometimes it's hard, man, because fuck. Because on top of that, you got the fucking depression and shit like that, and sometimes, man, it's just it's hard, man. You should see Haley. She's beautiful, but you'll never see her mom. She won't even be at your funeral. All right, I'm gonna head out. Cleaning out my closet. No, I love that Eminem joint. That bleed, bitch, bleed. That's the Eminem joint right there. I don't like Eminem. I will admit, not all of his songs are fucking, like shit, like Monster with him and Rihanna. Like, I'm surprised him and Rihanna never put out a full album. I'd listen to that shit. Because Love the Way You Lie and Monster, both bangers. I'm just like, why didn't they put out a full album? You know, Toy Soldiers and all. Nobody caught that reference. I love that Eminem joint. Bleed, bitch, bleed. That's his reference to Kim, which is like probably one of his like most controversial fucking songs he's ever done. He made money by bashing his ex and his mom. Make that money, money. His ex, I can understand. His mom, I don't really know what happened between him and his mom. But his ex, fuck his ex. I would have did the same thing. If I had that kind of talent and could write a fucking catchy song about my ex girlfriend. Fuck, I would. you have talent making vids, you can make a vid about her if you think it's cleansing. Um, well, lately, like ever since the storm and shit, like because I used to go to bed at like 3 and 4 in the morning. But ever since the storm happened, when the power went out and shit, I kind of got like on a earlier bedtime because fuck, there was nothing else to do. So like when the power and shit came back on, I was going to bed at like 11, you know. And since the power and Wi-Fi and all that shit came back on, it kind of grew to like 1. So like 1's like my cutoff. I kind of like turn shit off and go to bed now. So um, it's almost midnight here, which FYI, I'm shutting this off in about 5 minutes. So at midnight, I'll probably go upstairs. I'll probably fucking lay in my room for about an hour and then probably lay down and go to bed. Yeah, and speaking of the talent of making videos, I once made a video. I'm pretty sure it's unlocked. But I made a music video to uh Happier by Marshmello and Bastille. I made a video to that where it was basically like my brain picking out a way to commit suicide. It was like a different take on the song and shit. That video got to baby mama. She saw it and she was just like, "Are you okay?" So like that just it's shit, little shit like that, and I'm just like, I know I'm doing a good job because I'm just like, if videos like that where like I can take a different take on a song like that, and it's getting to people where they're just like, are you okay? I know I'm doing something right. I know it's like a very morbid way to look at it, but you're crazy. Possibly depends on what time I get off. I'm supposed to get off at 11 tomorrow, so I'll look for it. I did see the Chinese Goodwill video, loved it. Oh wow, okay. You need complete darkness to sleep, or oh god, I have to have that like that. Sometimes that's what keeps me up is me trying to find something to fall asleep to. Like last night, I was trying to find something to fall asleep to, and I ended up with Fresh Prince of Bel Air on HBO Max. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I watched like one of my favorite episodes, which is like the one where he tricks Jazz into thinking that like he was in the witness protection program. And then I watched that, and then like I rolled over to go to sleep, and then like 5 minutes into the episode, it just fucking froze. So I was just like, man, fuck that, man. So like I put on the documentary on the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire scandal, the British one, Charles Ingram, great documentary. So I put that on and went to sleep. Good luck with the babe tomorrow. Oh yeah. Mm. I use a salt lamp on dim to help me sleep. Sometimes I'll listen to a podcast. Um, sometimes that'll work, but I mainly gotta have like a movie or like a TV show going, something. Like even with the power when we had the power off, I had to listen to something. I mean, I had to figure out a way to listen to something. Like I would go to like a Wi-Fi spot up in Iowa City, and I would download like some podcast, or I went out and bought C batteries. I had a fucking CD player. I would put on like a fucking comedy CD. So I needed something. And Josh, when I wrap up here, I'll what was I gonna say? Yeah, see, yeah, I'll sometimes put on Let's Plays because I love listening to the Super Gaming Brothers, and they did a Let's Play of like LA Noir, and some guy went through and did like all the highlights and shit. It's like three-hour videos, and I'll just put fucking some of them on, and they're fucking great. Do you want to live in that state forever or move somewhere else? A lot of people around here, like my ex girlfriend, that psycho bitch, not baby mama, but the one after her, she fucking hated it here. I mean, just straight fucking hated it, and I never understood why. You know, and there's like a couple other people that are just like, I fucking hate this. I hate this place. I'm like, I don't get it. It's not a bad place to live, but do I want to stay here forever? No, I would like to be a little bit closer to the kiddo. She lives over in North Carolina, and I'm in Iowa, so I like to be a little bit closer to the kiddo. You know, then I can see her a little bit more. You know. But anyway, we're hitting midnight, so I'm gonna wrap up here. If I get off early enough tomorrow, then um, I'll try and go live. You know, I'm supposed to work till 11 tomorrow, so uh, fingers crossed. If you don't see me tomorrow, then either A, I didn't get off early enough, or B, I just fucking didn't want to. I mean, all there is to it. So yep, remember Venmo, PayPal, Cash App in the description down below. Also the Amazon wish list. And if you want to send something over to me, or I'll make a video for you, or unbox it here live for you if you're here. Or I'll wait for you. I will wait. Okay. And also if you have a WWE Network account, please email me at the PayPal link and fucking let me know because I want to watch Hell in the Cell tomorrow. So yep, that's all down there. Also, remember, fucking keep the hobo population low. Go down to your local train yard and kill a hobo. And remember, as always, don't touch my bread and that hookers don't take coupons. Be breezy.